Inspired, where we share the journeys of people all over the world, and we also chit chat with our fellow students. So today we have a wonderful guest whose name is Haya ConfidenceWali. Let's chit chat with her and let's get to know more about her. So first of all, Assalamu alaikum, Haya. How are you doing today?
Walaikum Assalam. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. What about you, Hamzah?
I'm also doing great. Thanks for asking. So first of all, before we would start, I'd like to ask you if you could introduce yourself in a few words so that the audience could get to know about you.
Yep, sure. So, hello everyone. This is me, Haya ConfidenceWali, and in real life, I'm known as Haya Zahra, and I am 16 years old, about to turn 17 in 2 months, and I am from Jhelum in Pakistan, and currently I am living in Saudi Arabia in the city. Khubar, I have two siblings. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. I'm the oldest. And if I talk about my favorite things to do, it's probably it's designing, like graphic designing and everything related to art. And yeah, that was my introduction. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for introducing yourself. So, first of all, I'd like to ask you, how does it feel like living in Saudi Arabia as from being Pakistan? Do you feel that there are weather differences, or what type of differences do you feel like in Saudi Arabia than Pakistan?
Yeah, the differences I would say in Pakistan, well, I think most of the time I have spent in Saudi Arabia. I was born here. So, and I have also spent a lot of time in Pakistan. Well, the difference is that if I talk about Pakistan, all of my cousins and all of the like people who I'm really close to, they all live there. So it gets pretty boring here in Saudi Arabia since I have no one to hang out with or something like that. So in Pakistan, if I talk about weather, it's in the summers it's pretty hot, and in winters it's extremely cold. And right now in Saudi Arabia, outside it's the weather is not that cold, but it's really chilly, and I really like it. And in summers it's extremely hot since it's a desert area. And yeah, I would say these are the differences. Yeah, about the foods, I would prefer Pakistani food since I am not really used to eating Arab foods, and they kind of taste a bit weird, like not all of them. I like the sweets here. And also, yeah, I think these are the differences I have
All right.
noticed.
All right. Thank you so much for telling us about that. That's really insightful to know. So, what inspired you to start learning about graphic designing?
Okay, so what inspired me to start learning graphic designing is that they actually like the inspiration, it basically like came from exploring the designing platforms, like and also following designers. There are so many designers who I know, like they're really famous designers, and I have really actually followed them, and I have took like much inspiration from them. And then also I started to engage myself in arts and designing history as well. And then I also started practicing some, with the skills like basic skills, which are like drawing and then coloring and then theory, or you can say typography or something. And I've also done like graphic designing courses as well, and I have completed them, and they were actually pretty fun. And also joining online communities or for like inspiration and feedback. And yeah, that's what I would say.
All right, that's great to hear that you started off with graphic designing in those ways. So now that we're mentioning about graphic designing, I'd like to ask you if you remember the time when you got to know about Canva. What was so fascinating about it that inspired you to just do your most of your graphic designing on Canva?
Well, the time when I got to know about Canva, it was like 2 years ago. When I was not even in Rehan School Online Academy. Of course, it's been only 1 year or more than 1 year since I have joined Rehan School Online Academy, but I got to know about Canva before that. And I remember I used to use Canva a lot because when I was a school going student, I used it the most in those days because we used to get a lot of projects that we had to do. Like I used to make online posters for example, if there's like a school event or something, I used to design posters, and then my posters would get printed out, and then they would be, applied outside the school, and everyone would see the design that I created, and it was such a proud moment for me, and everyone loved it. So I used to use Canva a lot because of that, and I really got expert in it, I guess I would say, because everyone loved it. So I mean, yeah. So yep, I would say this.
All right, that's really contextualized and really illustrating to hear. So now that you mentioned about Canva, so in Canva, what type of designs do you mostly like to do, and why?
On Canva. Okay.
If Yeah,
Okay. Well, I thought you might be asking about graphic designing, but I'll also mention Canva. It's I mostly like I really like the team for. I'm kind of confused. Wait, hold on. I'm going to just I'm just
no,
going to
no
talk
issues. Take
about
your time.
I'm just going to talk about graphic design things because I've been doing it the most as well. You know those things called, like, there are different types under graphic designing as well. Like there's vector art, and then there's logo designing as well. So I used to do that. And also I use Canva for creating logos as well. So, yep, like designing main posters on Canva um, for example, for an ad, for an advertisement. So I designed a lot of tons of posters, more than 100 for them. And also for my school, I created like 50 plus. So, yeah. And for the graphic designing, I would say that in vector art, I like to do logo designing and vector art. Vector art is like those cute, adorable little art and cartoon characters that you see. And that is what I created. First, I used to like watch some tutorials how to do them, and then I started using my own imagination, and then came up with so many ideas. So I just used to create those cute little vector cartoon characters. And then logo designing, which is really common and really famous and really beneficial for us if we do it, because like wherever we go outside or whatever, wherever we visit, we see logos everywhere. I mean, almost everywhere we see logos. Like there's a logo for literally everything. So that's why it's really important. And I just started designing. Of course, I had to like complete the tutorial tests for it as well, which was kind of medium, which was not that easy but not that hard as well, and I passed it somehow. I was hopeless that I won't pass it, but I did, and they actually started to love my logo designs as well. So yeah.
All right, that's really inspiring and really fascinating to know that you had done. Um, you before Rehan School, you got to know about this, because I got to know Canva personally after joining Rehan School. So it's kind of new to know about this vector art and all of that. Other than that, logo designing is common for me. I also do some logo designs for me with the help of Canva AI in my free time. So yeah,
That's
so
nice.
all right, thank you. So now, if you'd like to explore one AI tool and dig into it the most, which one would it be and why?
um it's probably Gemini. Because I love Gemini, because most of the time people, they really love Gemini for their intelligence and, like, amazing communication and boundless curiosity. You know, like like on Gemini you can find like exceptional communicators. They are like brilliant wait, I can't get the word, sorry. So like a really good sense of humor and intellect to contact, and they often make like arguments feel like enjoying deep dive discussions, and it's really fun and spontaneous. So like the adventure spirit I really like about it. So I think, yeah, I don't know what I just said. I don't know, I might be wrong, I'm sorry about that.
No issues, you're absolutely correct. So now you since you are confidence wali, so instead of confidence wali, which type of what out of the many walas which we have in Rehan School, which wala would you like to be other than confidence wali?
Of course, designing Wali, but it doesn't exist. Sadly, it's not in the Wala Wali list. If it was, I would have kept it forever. I didn't really want to change it. I really loved it. The designing Wali, since designing is my passion. I have been entrusted in designing since I was like a kid. You know what my mom told me? That when I was 1 year old, I mean, when I was 1 year old, of course, I didn't remember anything. So, but my mom said that, told me that when I was 1 years old, I used to draw on walls and all like any object that I found, and I used to just like take my any color pencils or paints and then start randomly making designs on the walls. And yeah, I kind of ruined my house. So as a kid, so but I was really into designing. That was not my fault. So yeah, that's why I really love designing really a lot.
All right, that's great to know that you have a huge passion for designing values. So, what role has Rehan School Online Academy played in your learning journey?
Yes, learning journey a lot. Other than Canva, I have learned, like, first of all, the basic things which I learned from Rehan School Online Academy, which were the I was really bad at creating documentary videos and faceless videos, like those. I was really bad at editing before, but after joining Rehan School Online Academy, I really practiced making some faceless videos on my own, and like on my own topics, and I really am really impressed on how my editing skills have been improved a lot. And also in learning, I have learned a lot, basically all the basics, and I hope so to learn more even further in the future. Like basic thing is like human interviews, how to communicate with others online, and how to become skilled in artificial intelligence, which is the main thing, of course, and how to become confident, how to get really how to like not hesitate while talking to people, because before Rehan School Online Academy, I won't say I hesitated talking to people, but I wasn't as confident as I am right now because of Rehan School Online Academy, because of all the interviews I have done. I'm so used to it right now, so it becomes really easy for me to start talking to strangers. So yep.
All right, that's really inspiring to know. I hope your our audience is inspired through your journey with Rehan School. So now, what are the three things that you have, the three main changes you have noticed in yourself, which you didn't have before joining Rehan School, and which you learned after joining Rehan School?
Okay. The first thing I would say, discipline. Discipline, I mean, I had this, I won't say that I was not disciplined before. I was, but sometimes I just used to, there's always used to be happening upside downs before that. So I would say discipline, and then I would say punctuality. Of course, punctuality. I wasn't punctual at all before Han School and Academy. Like, I used to wake up so late. I used to be so slow, in everything. I was a lazy person. I was lazy as hell before. And my mom did not like this. So zero punctuality before Rehan School Online Academy. I used to reach school late and always late, and I would get scolded by that because of that. But now, after joining Rehan School and Academy, I have learned punctuality as well, to join my classes on time and to have our interviews, like you said, timings for interviews for your guests. So yeah, so punctuality. And then the last thing I would say is confidence. Uh I have seen a really major change in my confidence. I have become more, really, what do you call that? Frank. You can say I can really like become frank with anyone, I guess, right now at this point. So yep.
All right, so that's kind of great and kind of not great to hear, but yeah, it's a good thing to know that you have learned all of these things after joining enhanced school.
Mm,
So,
yeah.
how do you manage your your traditional school studies as well as your skill learning and Rehan school?
Okay, so at this point, like right now, I don't go to college anymore. But when I did, so I started 1 year ago, right? So I used to go to school 1 year ago. So I used to, it became a hassle. It was so hard to manage because I was in a higher grade. I was in 10th when I joined it, I think so, or ninth. I don't really remember, but it was 9th or 10th. So I had like, of course, we had our board exams, and I had to prepare so much for it. And the studies were kind of tough as well. And I, at the same time, managing Rehan School Online Academy, doing the tasks and everything, on time, and working hard and spending time on devices, and as well as studying as well. So it felt like, I almost felt like I'm going in depression or something. And I just told my parents that I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die if, if I get to continue these two things at the same time in the future. So I was like, I don't want to continue my studies because I got so weak, and my health, I started facing health issues because of this as well, because of course I was going to take tension about it. And I got really anxious, and literally everyone used to ask me that what happened to me, why do I look so dead? And I just told them the reason, that this is the reason I can't manage two things at the same time. I'm not a multitasker. I mean, I am, but this was just too hard to manage. So right now, I'm so glad that I don't have studies anymore, and I just have to worry about Rehan school and its stuff, and that's it. No more studies, and I enjoy the fact there are no exams I have to give anymore. So yeah, there's no pressure on me. I can easily do my tasks and without any pressure. And if I face so many problems, it's all right. I will just take help from someone. And yeah.
All right, that's really informative and really well addressed by your side about the hassle which you faced, and the uh, after the hassle, what was your like thing?
What? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
All right, so apologies everyone for the unexpected disconnection. So let's continue with our conversation. So yes, Haya, I wanted to ask you that what do you think is the most important skill that students should be having these days?
Okay, so the most important skill students should be having these days is probably adaptability, because the world is changing very fast because of technology, because of artificial intelligence and new ways of learning. So students who can adapt to new ways of learning and learn new tools and adjust to change will, they will always stay ahead. So adaptability, it I would say it helps like students pick up new skills and solve problems creatively. So basically, help them become a problem solver and stay confident even when things feel kind of unfamiliar. So along with adaptability, it also like encourages what do you say continuous learning, curiosity, and just help them to grow. So yeah, that's what I would say. Adaptability is the most important thing for students.
All right, so now I'd lastly like to ask you that while meeting with strangers, do you prefer meeting with them online or in person? And if which one and why?
Hmm, in person. I enjoy talking, meeting new people online as well, but you know, meeting people in person, it just has its own level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it becomes so easier to talk to them in person. You can share your feelings, or you can share whatever you want to, talk to them about. You can share them in a really easier and way, and you can the connection between you and that person who you are meeting in person, it becomes really strong. So I would prefer in person. And it's even if I just say in one line, I would say it's really fun. Yeah, talking to people in person other than talking to them online.
All right, so that's really detailed. That's really well detailed answer from your side. So now that we are coming to a closure to our interview, I'd like to lastly ask you to give some advice to our viewers so they could be motivated and they could use it in their future life.
Yep, sure, as I would love to give your viewers some advice. So what I would like to say to you all is that to you as well, Hamza. So, whenever in life you are feeling really disappointed or something like that, like everyone has their own dreams and goals. I have my own dreams. You have your own dreams. Your viewers might be having their own dreams and goals. So, I would say that just keep following your dreams and goals until you achieve them. And if you face any sort of difficulty, I mean, of course life is all about difficulties, and it's all about challenges. So you don't have to get scared as soon as you get to face a new challenge, a new difficulty. You have to instead you have to learn to become a problem solver. If so um if you okay. So wait, I forgot what I was gonna say. um yeah, that's what I would say, that you don't
Take
have
your
to fear
time.
starting.
Take your time.
Yeah. Yeah. So
No
if and
issues.
also yeah, it's also life is about success and failure as well. If you don't achieve success on the first try, no worries at all. You can keep on trying again and again, because take an example of Thomas Edison. You know how many times he tried making the bulb. you know he inventing a bulb. He failed like I don't know how many times exactly, but a lot more than you can imagine. Every time he made a new bulb, it would always not work. But then after trying again and again, again and again, after like hundreds of tries, he finally got to the conclusion, and the result was there, and it was perfect. So what we get to know about this is that you have to keep on trying again and again, even if you face failure, even if you don't get a really good output that as you expected. You don't have to get disheartened. You have to instead keep working hard on it. You have to pick out your, where you're lacking, your lackings, where are the points you are not good at, work on them, practice. And yes, that is what I would say. I don't know if it was good.
It was more than good. Thank you so much, Haya. So thank you for your
Thank
advice,
you.
and thank you for coming on Wide and Inspired and sharing your journey with us. So yes, everyone, she is our new guest, Haya Confidence Wali. We chit chatted with her and we got to learn more about her. So I'll be I'll be here with you with